lifelong pessimist and as a guy that actually looks down on current society because I just feel like it's too predictable and everything is true, I gotta say, this list was only a little bit surprising. Don't get me wrong, we still haven't gotten the chat to confirm it, but apparently, for what I have read in a spoiler page, we have gotten the popularity polls and the confirmation of it, but we did not get it through just this translation. But so I'm gonna. Well, if this list turned out to be the wrong one, then well, I will probably be in trouble. But for now, it doesn't exactly look like it's the wrong one. And before you ask, yes, I am talking about Shokugeki no Soma, chapter 203. It's and apparently there was a popularity poll. I actually begin to wonder. I did not read anything about that. And now the latest popularity poll of the gangs have come out. And I gotta say, as I said in the beginning, it's both surprising and not surprising. Number one is Erina, and that is not surprising for two reasons. First of all, before she went through her character development, Erina was an uh, alpha jerk, and if there's anything critics like nowadays, it's only those. However, I think she is more on the top of the list because of number two. She went for character development. And I mean, however, ranked number two in the popularity poll is Hisaku. That is a surprise. Because if you think about it, she hasn't actually been that much in the spotlight ever since being with Soma and the Stagiaire. But maybe that's what this is. But she is pretty adorable when she's being adorable, so I guess that's maybe why. Number three is Alice. That's also not too surprising. I mean, one of the three main girls is actually here. Surprisingly, though, that Alice was ranked pretty low in the last one, and now she's ranked pretty high. I guess people just started to like her because she was just so, because the way she talks down to Azami, and also maybe because we were introduced to her family and stuff. So maybe yeah. Number four, there is actually Soma. After being ranked number one in the two first ones, Soma is still on this list, although now he's number four. I guess this is an Ichigo moment. Number five is my girl Megami. To tell you the truth, I actually suspected she was going to be number eight. Because, well, people just doesn't like that kind of girl. But I'm glad she's still on the list. But she's only getting farther and farther down. So it's not a good sign. Number 6 is Kojiro. Also a bit surprised, but then again he did leave a lasting moment. Number 7 I think as many ones is upset about. I am not upset about that because I actually suspected she was going to be number 2. Because she is just the kind of person people like. And the fact that she was not just proves that there may be some slight change in the society. And that's Rindo. Number 8, that's Takumi. I think he would have ranked higher now that we see his character development. Number 9 is Ikumi. Also a bit of a surprise, but again, she is sexy, so at least they have some sexiness. And number 10 is Akira. I could have lived that without. So yeah, I'm afraid I just wasted half this review doing this by talking about this. So now on to the chapter. Let's try to summarize this as quickly as we can. Sai Simon says that now they will taste the dishes. However, he won't be the one to taste it. Instead, he will tell the teammates of Soma and Irina and Megumi and Takumi to taste the dishes of their respective team. As they do, and mentions what the different power in it, they taste it. And they still have a foodgasm, although their clothes don't get blown off. But the guys' clothes, they do get ripped. Oh, I see. So the guys' clothes get ripped, but the girls don't? So Sai Simon says, who is the winner? Point to one who thinks should win. And surprisingly, both Erina and Soma points at Takumi and Megumi. While not surprising, Takumi and Megumi points at them. I'm saying surprising because this is just once again third shows Erina's character development. And also, as we said before, Soma is a character that is very difficult to read sometimes. I mean, he's nice, he's open-minded, and he can make friends easily. And yet at the same time, he has a selfish side and does things for his own need. And I wonder, so yet why would he vote for someone else? I mean, he acknowledges when someone is better. He does. But that's all more drive for him to get stronger and better. However, I think he just admits they are better, not because they were better, but because, well, you know that feeling. I don't know exactly how to describe it. The fact that he just felt like it. No, that's not right. I dropped the word. I was going to say something along the lines that Soma would have pointed them, not for some good reason to say that you were better, but only because you should win or something like that. Either way, this was the true test of the test. As Erina says that the reason why she feels like they win is because the team dish formed the foundation of different flavors. As Aldinis Sofore, the ground meat developed a deep sweetness, and it played an important role in the preparation of the sauce espagnole, the one that Tadoko struck upon, and the anchovy starring the basil and anchovies provided by the right and accent served a remarkable taste. And she compares that to a quiet, beautiful uh, jazz band. But Takumi disagrees, saying that your dish was not so different and it was even better. He says that the finely grated potatoes that she used in the crepe batter created the chewy texture of the ultimate style, and Yukira managed to discern that it was up to be used to wrap ingredients, mixed with the sardines with cheese and potatoes and fried it up in the wonderful crispy pommet, made it pomme de terre, and also a duet that unheard of chewy and crispiness. Uh, and when Naikiri threw in her own way, he describes it as actually an avant-garde art in which the perspective of each other's artists clash and heighten each other out. So one dish was compared to being a symphony, a balance of music, while another one was compared to like combined, even though with different styles. And Soma and Takumi doesn't exactly says, you should win, no, you should win. And so they begin to actually complement each other, although the other chefs wonders how's doing that. They also says that you were also the stranger. You were luxurious, silky meat sauce and everything else. As they all complement each other, Irina blushes and she begins to show her tsundere moments. You have to say, I really like when Irina is doing her adorable moments. So the chefs wonder, are they insulting each other or are they praising each other or complimenting each other? This was the true test of the first test. In order to manifest true teamwork, they needed to have a collaborative Shokugeki. So they need to first-hand experience the strength of the other team members. Soma, as many times, acknowledges his friends. However, acknowledges when someone is better than him in the dish. That is something else. So the first part is they need to recognize each other. If they can recognize each other, they can combine even better. So the first results of the day is excellent. As Simon praises Erina, she still hides behind it and just says that the father and son set me off. So surprisingly, Simon says that they clash like that probably on regular basis. After all, they are family. But then he says, "You are the daughter of Asami, Erina. You should learn how to be selfish with him." Is he encouraging Erina to actually make up with Asami, or is he saying like you are not his tool, you are his daughter, so your words should also be spoken to? Because if you think about it, I still believe that the only way to truly dispose of Asami's rule is actually for Erina to take control over everything. So the next day, they land at the destination as Rindo and Tsukasa, together with Asami, goes up to set up the rules in the rendezvous with Soma's group. And as Asami says with a slasher smile, I hope it all goes smoothly. I just have a very big feeling that the rules is not going to be fair. Also, by the by, Rindo is really freezing in her page, confirming what Kuga says that she cannot stand the cold weather. But Tsukasa, well, he just looks like silent and cool as usual. But Tsukasa need to lose. So this was the true part of the training. To get the people to recognize each other, to believe that one is better than the other, but also doing that they can recognize each other's strength so they can work together to become better together. This will create a teamwork. I'm sure of it. This will create a teamwork that the Elite 10 do not have. But Asami's rules, that's what theory. So all in all, good chapter. I'm not so sure what I have to say about the popularity polls, to be honest. I mean, I'm still mad that my girl Megami is dropping in results, but she's still, at least she's number 5, although she was number 4 before, so who knows. Rina getting number 1, that was not a surprise, but I'm still not satisfied. But at least she has had character development, so I like that. And Ikumi being so sexy and all. So yeah, but who knows? Hisako, that was the real surprise. I thought for sure Rindo was gonna be on that list, but at least they didn't vote her for higher up. Phew. But maybe they will once we finally see her true color. Because I have a feeling we will soon. So give me your thoughts if you have any.